Who will be spotting their team on Chris Hardy after 2-1 win over Marske? What are your thoughts on the game, Chris?
I think we picked up where we left off on Wednesday night against Middlesbrough. Thought the performance today was excellent, really good. Controlled the game for the most part. Probably a little bit disappointed that we went in 1-0 at half time when we maybe should have been 3 or 4. And that makes the game completely different second 45. Second 45, obviously they've got one back, and we knew they were still in the game. And it remained that way for the full 90 minutes. But in terms of the actual details in and around what we did today and how we did it, I thought it was really good. And we did it without players today as well. We had 6 players missing, holidays and various other reasons. So guys were running on empty towards the back end, but still maintained a shape and a discipline about what we were trying to do. So I think everyone associated the Bishops has to be really pleased with that today.
Obviously, you mentioned a couple of lads missing today. But is it not more helpful for the games when we do have maybe a couple of injury suspensions, when we're maybe down to a bare bones squad for, say, games in November and December, which is now when people pick up injuries. But with games like this against higher opposition, where you can just find you wouldn't have, if you were neutral, you wouldn't be surprised if we were on a level level playing field to them in terms of league position.
Yeah, I mean, again, Marske are a good side. They've got good players. Make no mistake about that. But today, I just thought we showed a cohesion. We showed a real quality in terms of what we actually did with the ball. When to go forward, when not to go forward. Decision making was good for the most part. I've just said to them there, I think we're probably ahead of where we should be in terms of pre-season. But the challenge for them now is to maintain, is to be consistent in and around performance levels. Like you say, I think we've won every pre-season game so far. Got a couple of tough games coming up, but we just need to make sure that, like you say, the performance levels are right and the results will look after themselves.
Obviously, you mentioned we're a bit further ahead than you expected in pre-season. Obviously, with this probably passing the halfway point of pre-season, you're happy with what you've seen in general so far. Obviously, I know you missed one of the games for being away, but from the 3 games you have seen, you're impressed?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, against Birmingham Town I wasn't impressed. But like you say, the last 2 games against calibre of real calibre, we've been excellent. Really, really good, and not just for 45 minutes. We're talking about, between 70 and 80 minutes, we've controlled games. And that's the objective. We've brought players in to improve on last year. And in the moment, it looks like we've done that, but it's pre-season. And like you say, I remember this time last year, we were talking about losing games and not scoring goals. And the season turned out all right for us, but clearly we've just got to keep an eye on each game as it comes. Make sure the performance levels are right. And if they are right, the results will look after themselves.
Obviously now we've got Hebben on Tuesday, another difficult team. We'll probably be up for promotion in the league above. Is it a task you're looking forward to, with us wanting to probably be at that level in the next year or so?
100%. And I think more importantly, it's a task that we're looking forward to, because you can clearly see people are enjoying themselves at the moment. Yeah. They're playing good football. They're playing with smiles on their faces. And if you're doing that, then you're looking forward to the next game, whoever that may be. I have no doubt that Tuesday will be a challenge. We'll clearly need some additional bodies coming into the group, because we were too threadbare today. And if we get the additional bodies coming in, it'll strengthen the cause and maintain the performance levels as we talked about. And then hopefully we can get a positive result and continue the momentum.
Well, obviously you talked about bodies. Is anyone who is naturally away today due back for Tuesday? Yeah,
there'll be 3 or 4 return for Tuesday, which again is needed, because, like you say, guys probably shouldn't be doing 90 minutes, at this stage of pre-season. But the group's not a large group, and when you've got as many people absent, then unfortunately it has a detrimental effect on the group.
Cheers, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you.